We've crossed the world over the space of 9 months. It's time for the last race of the year, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. A fantastic array of winners across this season, most notably Ocon, Bottas and Ricciardo breaking up the norm of Hamilton versus Verstappen. 9 wins to Verstappen, Hamilton on 8 as well. Will that be level at the end of the year? Only time will tell. Only one more race to go on the season and then we can finally have a rest. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, for the first time since 1974, the top 2 in the title come into the last race of the season absolutely level on points. Max Verstappen, 369.5. Lewis Hamilton, 369.5. Verstappen leading due to the countback of races he's won this year. Valtteri Bottas has secured over 3rd place in the Constructors' Championship as well. Sergio Perez goes to P4. Charles Leclerc battling over place with Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz. That battle raging on to this weekend as well. Gasly still in 8th, while Fernando Alonso safely rounds out the top 10. On page 2, Esteban Ocon has 72 points to take his Alpine teammate this weekend as well, if he has a good as finish as he did last weekend in Saudi Arabia. Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll just points separating, then Yuki Tsunoda, George Russell, 4 points separating them. Kimi Raikkonen as well, last ever Grand Prix start in P6 as well, trying to go up there and get ahead of John 7, Giovinazzi 3, and let's hope we can get at least 1 point on the board for Schumacher or Mazepin, with Kubica only doing those 2 races in 20th. Constructors' Championship, it's a 28-point advantage to Mercedes, 5.7.5 to Red Bull Racing on 5.59.5. It's all coming down to this weekend's race. Ferrari have wrapped up 3rd in the Constructors' Championship. That's leaving McLaren down in 4th place. Alpine have 5th. They can just about hold on to AlphaTauri. Aston Martin 7th, Williams in 8th. They're trying to hold off Alfa Romeo in 9th, and Haas still with no points on the board, trying their luck this weekend to at least get 1. As we get ready for Free Practice 3 for the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Let's take a look around the Yas Marina circuit on Yas Island. It's been heavily modified since the last we raced here as well to improve overtaking and overall pace on a Formula 1 car. Let's take a look round on board. On board then with the W12 into the last corner as well. Pretty much the same throughout the first sector as you hurtle towards to number 1. 5th gear corner, 175 kilometers an hour as well. Control the exit speed, rise up as well. The long sweeping corners, turns 2, 7th gear, 260, rise up. 270, around turn 3, turn 4 is in 7th gear, 285. Now into the brand new hairpin as well, slamming the brakes down all the way. 3rd gear, 100 kilometers an hour through turn 5. Back out now, down the back straight away on the run now towards turn 6. It's way open up the DRS zone and just let the car sing as you approach one of the heaviest braking zones on the circuit. Up from 325 kilometers an hour, back down 2nd gear, 70 kilometers an hour through turn 6, rising up to 3rd gear, 105 at the exit turn 7. Now into turn 8 as well, the set DRS, and now we're going to flash on board with the Yas Marina car as well to give you the new layout at turn 9. It's now a heavily degreed banking corner in 5th gear, 180 kilometers an hour at the exit as well. It leads back into turns 10 and 11 at 280 kilometers an hour. 7th gear down the way, 15 back up. Now last 2 corners here have been opened up more as well. 5th gear, 170 kilometers an hour. Turn 15 coming up. 7th gear, 260 kilometers an hour. Last corner, turn 16, 150 kilometers an hour. 4th gear, power on the exit. And that, across the line, up the Yas Marina Circuit 2021 edition. And we are all set for the start then of free practice number 3 for the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It is the final practice session of the year, and it's a crucial Saturday ahead of us as well. It is time for the decider. We have a total of just 3 sessions left. 2 1-hour sessions and then the main Grand Prix itself. Tyre compounds to take a look at. Well, it's the C3 for the hard, the medium the C4, the soft is the C5 as well. Hello everybody, sorry we're a bit late on here as well here today, thanks to internet and computer being a bit slow as well, and having to get Josh Plays up into the commentary box took a bit more time than normal as well. We're side by side with him as well. He's moved away from the pit lane reporter and is coming to the commentary box for this session as well. First of all, love the t-shirt, as I said yesterday, as I'm sure you saw, but we're trying to get our timings back up as well so we can start the countdown. A few things having a bit of a glitch with us this morning as well. But it's all ready, Josh, for what is going to be a very interesting session. Good morning to you. Can you hear me, first of all?
Good morning, and yes, I can. I love this t-shirt. It was only £8, surprisingly.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. I'm just getting TweetDeck up. I've got an extra screen to my right, which was OTV, because my dad's TV, which was in his flat, is now the main TV for the coverage. So the old TV that we had is now to my right with the onboard mix from race control, so I can look at multiple onboards at once with everything else that I have.
Fantastic. And we're also going to have the YouTube chat operational as soon as possible. We're having a couple of issues with it as per the normal morning routine of it's not working, but hopefully the driver tracker has been updated. As you can see, it is now working. We're just trying desperately to get the hotkeys sorted out because it's been having another bit of a paddy with us this morning. So here we go. Look.
All remote to control everything I've got here. It is mad.
I wish I did as well, because it's been a nightmare to get all this one right as well. Gotta now select a channel number. Okay, so we're getting ready for the green light to go on. We've got about a minute left. Lewis Hamilton just watching in as well. The gap in the championship standings is at 369.5 for both of the drivers at the front of the field, Verstappen and Hamilton. It's going to be a very interesting last session of the year. We have radio as well. The team's radio will be projecting around throughout the entire session, because now we've got Josh on a separate software now that it's working correctly, which means we can have multiple conversations with multiple people around the entire thing. If you want to join the Discord as well, it is available in the link tree below as well in the description. But we are about to get ready to go racing, which means the green light will come on. We're just getting ready with the YouTube chat as well. And I've got everything now working, so only 5 minutes late, but everything has now started to work. Josh has got TweetDeck open as well, so get your comments in as well. Use the hashtag JB Motorsports and hashtag as well Abu Dhabi Grand Prix to get in touch with us directly as well, or just put your comment in the YouTube chat below, because we are getting ready to go for the final time this year in a practice session. The green light is on and we are underway for the final practice. Who's going to head out there onto the circuit first? You see the reprofiled circuit here of Abu Dhabi. In terms of the practice times we've already had, in practice 1, the gap went to Max Verstappen. It was a 1:25.009. Then in free practice number 2, Lewis Hamilton took the biggest honours, a 1:23.691. So he was about 1.4 seconds a lap faster over the board as well. We have got a car out on the track. It's Mick Schumacher and Esteban Ocon, the two heading out there. And I'm delighted to see it's working on the driver tracker below. Josh, have you got any news for us overnight from the TweetDecks and pit report era?
Yeah, I've got my document which I sent to you. If you
don't know if I got it or not, to be fair, because it's been such a pain.
I was watching yesterday FP2 that Alonso has helmet cam. The first time where 2 drivers have had the helmet cam over one weekend, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's as well.
New gearboxes, Valtteri Bottas and Antonio Giovinazzi. They've used their previous gearbox for 6 consecutive events, so are good. And Mazepin, Schumacher and George Russell have changed their gearbox, and the above drivers did not finish the last race in Jeddah and are in conformity with Article 23.4a of the 2021 Formula 1 Sport and Regulations.
So everyone's okay, no penalties given out then so far with these gearbox penalties.
Yeah.
That's brilliant news. I was a bit worried.
Then, yeah, I was just noted that Sebastian Vettel sped 2 times in the pit lane yesterday, causing Aston Martin €400 in fines, and one of the was 1.5 kilometre an hour over. The second one was only 1.1 kilometre an hour.
That sounds like it's a blip then in the actual pit limiter. They haven't got that synced in correctly. If it's only a kilometre over, it must have hit a bump as well. That sometimes increases the load. A lot of work going on at on the technical side of the Ferraris with Charles Leclerc. He's putting his steering wheel in as well to get ready to go. He's got no wheels on the wagon yet, though. Cars are heading out there. Schumacher, Ocon, Mazepin, Verstappen, Hamilton and Raikkonen out there too. Bottas has come back into the pit lane. You can see on the driver tracker and on the control monitor there that the cars have that. Verstappen?
They might have left the settings on.
So Verstappen just asking, is there anything different? He says, can't see anything, so it looks okay there. Sure, we'll hear that radio throughout. I think Charles Leclerc said something before the session started. It sounds like a radio test message between the two. Coming back, Verstappen.
I need my dash brighter, I can't see anything.
Dash brighter. Dash brighter. He can't see anything for Max Verstappen, so that was his comment that we missed the beginning of. So dash needs to be brighter. It's set up for the night as well, though, remember, so that's why usually this free practice 3 session doesn't really matter as to what we have overall. As he heads down the back straightaway out of turn 5 down towards turn 6 and 7 from 8th gear 321 kilometers an hour all the way down to 2nd gear at 70 kilometers an hour. That increases to 3rd gear 105 before rising back up at the back straightaway with the 2nd DRS detection point towards the new banking at turn 9, which you already saw this morning in the Formula 2 race. Some great side-by-side action. Were you watching this morning in the F2? I mean, Oscar Piastri taking the championship. It was a slow race, but that was the highlight of it for me.
What a great... Right, why is that just turned my volume up on that?
Understood.
Yep, anyway, great race. Really interesting to see the different overtaking opportunities around the circuit now.
And clear behind.
As the radios for Verstappen saying he's clear behind, he's still on about having that dash brighter. Yeah, many people saying that they might have removed an overtaking zone, which was down at turn 9, but it looks like it's actually going to be okay because we haven't had the main feature race yet for Formula 2. Usually they always play it safe in race number 1, as we see Max Verstappen and the exit of 6 and 7 chicane. See how much it's been ingrained into me that it was 8 and 9. But they've modified it for this year. As you can see on the driver tracker below, it is different. Verstappen, Raikkonen, Ocon and Stroll, the cars out on the circuit. So if you can't see it correctly, I'll just see if I can press the magic button to make it a little bit easier for you to see. Hopefully that's done something as well. As I clicked over, so the names are in white, so you can see them, because that's how I've got it on my monitor as well. Using a different thing, obviously, when we've got a commentator on. It is different because we have to get the driver tracker from the control room. There's Ferrari World then as well at the back of the Abu Dhabi circuit. That's at the exit of turn 5, the fastest roller coaster in the world. Just alongside that as well. I tried to get it for the start of this weekend show because if you go out of bounds on the F1 game, you do get access to Ferrari World, but the roller coaster's not there. It's a little bit of it and then it just disappears. So Ferrari World was the ident, I think, for the start of this free practice session in the background, so we'll see there. I was on a very interesting call last night as well on the Twitter Spaces. I think in the end it was hosted by F1 Jordan. I'm sure he's a very popular figure as well.
Just for info, I know it was long. Say again, no airborne? No, I just said I'm aware it was long. I didn't try to...
Okay, yeah, no problem. That's fine.
Yeah, I was on an F1 Twitter Spaces last night as well, hosted by F1 Jordan as well on Twitter. And it was talking about Verstappen and Hamilton in their season as well, who's going to win. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. So if anybody who's watching now was with me last night, because I know it gained a load of new followers and people being very kind with their messages, saying as well that I was one of the most calmest people in the room as well. And also everything as well, how I explained Silverstone better than anywhere else. Truly, it means a lot. But if anyone's watching from that, welcome to the watch-alongs as well. For the practice sessions of the final one of the year. Qualifying later on is going to be the key factor, though. Absolutely for sure. As Ricardo just stays away. Esteban Ocon throwing
I
round.
know if you'd like a front wing update.
Verstappen going to have
yeah, maybe 2-3 clicks.
Okay, copy. Box is slow.
a sign. Oh, okay, so yeah, okay, they are going to come into the pit lane then. Boxing, I think he's still on the circuit, isn't he? Just at the exit of 5 and 6 on the run down towards the new hairpin section as well. If you look closely, actually, at the Abu Dhabi circuit layout on the track map there, the modifiers and the admin team have changed it to the correct layout. But if you look at the photo underneath, it's still showing the old track. So it shows a brilliant example of what's changed at Abu Dhabi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it shows a brilliant thing of what has actually changed in Abu Dhabi as well. So I'm really enjoying looking at that. But yeah, there you go. That will be the same for the rest of the weekend after it finally got fixed this morning. But at least we had it for free practice too as well. But Mercedes just going to head out there. Not sure what tyre he's on at the moment. Are you still on the fence then, Josh?
I'll have tyre 10, please, Max. Tyre 10.
Tyre 10 for Verstappen. He's having a lot of conversations this morning about what he needs to do. Are you still on the fence then, Josh, about what the championship's going to hold between these two? Or have you sort of looked back at practice yesterday and thought, actually, this could be Lewis's, this could be Max's?
I was looking, I was scrolling down the lap by, oh, what's going on? What's happened? There we go. Right, there we go. It definitely is Lewis's, I think, unless if they collide together and Verstappen gets it on countback.
Yeah, that's a problem. If they do hit each other and Verstappen gets on countback, we have got that thing from the stewards, remember. Article 12.4.5 of the International Sporting Code. For all the FIA...
I have got that here somewhere.
I've got it too. For all the FIA championships, the stewards may also decide to impose the following penalties of suspension for one or more competitions, withdrawal or points of the championship as well. And then in the article, the same number but with A on it, it says points should not be deducted separately from drivers and competitors, save in exceptional circumstances. So they're very worried if they do come together and Verstappen, if, say, Verstappen or Hamilton's at fault, then they need to deduct points to get the title. But that rule implies to me that it's more in the favour of if Verstappen hits Hamilton and Verstappen's deemed at fault, because they can't let him win the title.
One problem.
What's that?
On my driver tracker, Raikkonen is on the support pit lane straight.
Yep,
But on my onboard mix, he is just going up to turn 5, so it is severely delayed.
Yeah, that's the one problem as well with things like that, the onboard mix as well. How are you getting the onboard mix?
I've got on the right, because my dad had a TV in his flat, which he's moving out soon because we're moving down there.
Yeah.
He's got his TV and put it as the new main TV in the living room. So the old TV, which was in the living room, is now to the right of my Discord screen with the onboard mix on.
Well, is it the red button or is it an online thing with the onboard mix?
Red button.
Ah, right, I see. I was going to say, I don't get that. It's really annoying. I wish I did. As I said, if we had F1 TV, I'd like another 3 or 4 extra screens in this comms box so I can keep across everything. A bit like how you see whenever they go up to the commentary box in Sky F1, we've got the big main monitor showing the world feed, and then I've got a monitor for the computer, the iPad which has got the PLC, which is what you hear, driver tracker, YouTube screen, live timing monitor as well separately. But that's it. I need at least 3 more screens. I want the pit lane channel and the data channel operational as well. The rest of that works. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screens at the moment up in the box as they come through. Hamilton. In the last 5 races, he's been second in America and Mexico, then victorious in the last 3 in Brazil, Qatar and Saudi Arabia. They come into it level on points, as I say. The Drivers' Championship, actually one of the most exciting of the year, if I show you, because you never usually get to see this. 2 seconds, Josh. Is this my little stats that we have up here in the comms box? This is my Drivers' Championship, and I purposely draw with a red pen who won that race. And you can see it's been ebbing and flowing throughout the entire season. The biggest one's coming with Ocon winning in Hungary, and then Ricciardo winning in Italy as well. So it really is actually a major change around between the two for it all, as well, as I pop back up to the main screen as well with Josh on the driver tracker. But yeah, it's a nice little thing that I do as well to keep across everything, and it helps quickly if you need to look at
So
the
reported
constructors.
a stronger tailwind exit of 7. So it looks like he's slightly stronger than yesterday, maybe.
Yeah, usually these are up on the comp box wall, but the comp box wall is wet at the moment, so I can't put it up because it's a metal door. So when it needs to be warmed up, and it is being warmed up now, and then put the papers on so they don't get soggy. This is the 13th Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, as we say as well. All the races held have been at the Yas Marina circuit. Has hosted the season finale for 9 of its 13 runs as well, except 2011 to 2013, when the last race of the year was held in Brazil. And I think we all agree Brazil would make a fantastic last race compared to Yas Marina. Doesn't look like we're going to have it, though. The next 9 years are going to be here at the Yas Marina circuit for the season finale. But you can live and hope that Brazil get it back for the season finale, because they were classics. Absolute
It will
classics.
be a bit tight with the battery, so...
Maybe I just start the lap.
Yeah. Good idea, yeah. Do that.
Kimi Räikkönen then getting out there as well on the circuit, and his car repaired after yesterday. It was Verstappen fastest. It's now Hamilton on top with a 1:24.241 as the fastest time. Verstappen second, Bottas third, Räikkönen fourth, and Giovinazzi the top 5. And Ocon, Stroll, Vettel, Schumacher, Mazepin, the 10 cars to set lap times. Perez and Tsunoda haven't set one yet, but they are actually setting their lap times as we speak. And out on the circuit on their warm-up laps, Sainz, Leclerc and Latifi. Yet to leave the pit lane at all, the two McLarens of Ricciardo and Norris, the AlphaTauri of Pierre Gasly, the Alpine of Alonso, and the Williams of Russell. But Hamilton is still on top, and just going a little bit wide there at the exit of the track as well. So watch out for that one later on
Okay,
in the weekend.
Lance, do you want another push? We've got one more.
No, I prefer the box and try something.
Okay, happy you're in phase with Hamilton behind, so box.
Yeah, box is the call at the moment on the situation. Oh, Bottas radio.
So track still 4/10 slower compared to P2. Some will be temperature, some will be wind.
Turn.
So that's down at the back half of the circuit. Josh, you were going to say something for the Bottas radio?
I was just imagine if with a little push that a mechanic actually gave it a push. That would be quite something.
Yeah, that would be. They can't interfere, I don't think, can they? I'm not sure if they can or can't in the Formula 1 as well. But
A mechanic on the car.
yeah, they can, but I'm not sure if they can push in certain areas. I'm not
The
too sure.
tailwind brake into turn 6, 10 kph.
With Sainz.
Tailwind brake in turn 6.
It's interesting that all the F1 drivers as well have now been fully vaccinated. They have to be for travelling as well. But I don't think Alan van der Merwe is there this weekend after he said he wasn't going to get vaccinated as a person of choice. And they were there yesterday, those two, that we saw to begin with. But there's Jean Alesi, the race winner, the 1995 Canadian Grand Prix. 32 podiums as well, 1 race victory. It was on his birthday as well. Only him and James Hunt, who won the 1975 or 1977, I can't remember which, Dutch Grand Prix. The only 2 drivers in F1 history to win on their birthday. And you might say, did Lewis Hamilton? No, Lewis Hamilton's never won on his birthday, as his birthday is in January on the 7th. So it's coming up for Lewis Hamilton.
Okay, so
to
keep
his
the temperature in
37th
the
birthday.
brakes. Front starting to cool down a little bit.
Yeah, Bottas had a chance of winning on his birthday a couple of years ago, didn't take it. Verstappen did too, didn't as well in Suzuka. Perez as well, his birthday's 26th January. Lando Norris, the 13th of November, could have, didn't. In where were we? A couple of months ago. Let's look at the track map, shall we? I think it was Turkey, wasn't it, when he celebrated his birthday in America? Ricciardo, 1st of July, could have done it in Austria in 2018, didn't. Stroll in October as well, could have done it. And then further back as well, Vettel, 3rd of July, Silverstone next year. That could be an opportunity for him to win on his birthday. Ocon, 17th of September, didn't. Alonso hasn't either. No, I think I'm right. Yeah, it's only 2 F1 drivers in history. James Hunt and Jean Alesi are the only 2 to win on their birthday. Alesi, of course, won in the Ferrari. It conked out on the end lap.
the second part of the lap. Watch for Ricciardo pushing. Watch for Ricciardo.
Yeah, it conked out the end of the free practice. It ended up at the back half of the hairpin at Canada. And Michael Schumacher, the Benetton in those days, brought him back in as well to the pit lane. Hamilton, 124.241. He is the fastest driver as things stand here for the Grand Prix of Abu Dhabi. You can get in touch instead using the hashtag Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And if you're watching and listening along as well, good morning to you. And for those of you listening on radio as well, good morning to you. Hopefully you're having a very enjoyable morning. Car 9, Mazepin, has left the track at turn 7. And as a result, has had his lap time deleted by the stewards, 1:57.71. And that was actually his lap time. It was an outlap, warm-up lap as well, as they call them, as Norris has done one too.
Do you need a flap adjust or we...
His was on a 1:46. Sonoda radio.
Do you need a flap adjust or we keep running?
Let's add 2 steps more in frap.
Copy, box.
So Sonoda is having those as well out there, as more cars coming out there. Only Raikkonen, Ocon and Stroll are missing from the board as things currently stand. As look at that, they're all tailing up to each other down at the back half of the track as well. It's quite unbelievable how bad they actually are. Can you see the last sector, Josh, as well? They've got Norris, Latifi, Leclerc, Alonso, Giovinazzi and Vettel, and they're all bumping up behind each other.
Indeed, and you will see me go out of the camera shot now as I'm exiting the living room because I forgot to make my cup of tea.
Oh, no worries. We'll go to the chat then quickly because it's good morning to M, who says as well, hello. Oh, yes, the map is working. Yep, the map's working. Got it all sorted now as well. And the map will be working throughout the rest of the weekend as well. You know the drill. It'll be on for qualifying the race. The only time in the race that we don't show the map is when there's a battle for the lead in case they crash and we need to clip it later on in the year. And at the start and at the end of the races. That's the only time we don't show the map. Other than that, it's on all the time. So there's our rules for anyone who wanted to know as well. That's how the map works. It's on all the time, but it's never on at the start of a race if there's a battle for the lead or it's the end of the race, because they're the moments we clip. So we need full screen because it's leveled off in a way that it's perfect camera angle if it's in one way. Because you can't copy that much. Hamilton goes faster again across the line at 1:24.055, so he improves massively up there as well. Qualifying later on as well. You can see the commentator challenge between me and Megan here in Abu Dhabi. Will it go down to a tiebreaker? She was on 11 coming into this one. I was on 10. I know the result because we had to film it last night as well, so I know what happens. Megan knows what happens, but we're not going to tell you what happens as well. You'll have to join us for qualifying to take a look as well. Let's hear from Nicholas TV.
The dash is loose, like you know how it clips into place. It won't stay clipped.
And you can see it actually visibly on the monitor now. The dashboard that Williams are the only F1 team that still have a butterfly steering wheel with the dashboard attached to the monocoque. They say it's easy for the driver to see because the ones on the wheels, you turn around and you can't see where it is. So Williams maintained that. George Russell actually likes it, so whether that will return to his Mercedes next year, I'm not too sure. But it doesn't look great, does it? This is him again on the radio, in case you missed it.
The dash is loose, like you know how it clips into place. It won't stay clipped.
Hamilton picks up a toe from Bottas on the main straight as he goes even quicker. In FP3, not certain it was planned test, which is a happy coincidence. That's from Chris Medland as well on F1 Twitter. Oh, there's a dog! There's a dog! There's a dog on the screen with Josh Plays. I didn't know you had a dog. Josh, actually, look, there's a dog on our stream. Oh, that's brilliant. Where's Megan? She'd love that. She might be watching as well. But there's a dog as well. What's the dog's name?
Oh boy.
Del Boy.
Yeah.
I am not surprised. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Ah, there's a dog on
You
the
need
track.
your breakfast in a minute, don't you?
I was talking to the dog, by the way, in case you're listening on the radio. That's fantastic. I do like some dogs on the stream as well.
Yeah, let's see if I can get a clean lap without traffic.
Yeah.
Actually, think about it.
Understood.
What?
Charles
Hang on.
25.7. So same sector time in sector 3 and 2/10 faster in sector 2. 2/3 faster in sector 2.
What is it with pets interfering with the last practice session of the year? Because I swear, a year ago, when me and Hazel Southwell were doing the commentary, her cat ran across the screen or was doing something around her as well. I can't really remember that much, but I swear that it was a year ago now. But yeah, more coming up in 2022. Yes, we are going to be showing pre-season testing. Regardless if we're on site or not, we will be showing the pre-season tests. We'll have guests on to talk about Formula 1 and the new season as well. From what I'm hearing, F1 are showing the second test live. They don't know what they're doing with the first test yet. We've got trying to get plans to see if I can somehow, just myself though, get over there.
Are you happy to try the setup change we talked about?
That's why I can everybody's faded out. Yeah, hopefully if I can get over there, I'll be there at testing. There's a cat as well. There's a cat as well on the stream. There's loads of pets coming on. It's literally Abu Dhabi's free practice 3 is like Paul O'Grady's pet show. It's unbelievable as they come through. But yeah, so hopefully we can get over to Barcelona to cover the first test. But either way, I'm probably going to regret saying this, but either way, for the entire pre-season testing, whether we have coverage or not, we will be live. So if there's TV pictures for me to talk about on the first test, and if I'm stuck here in the UK...
Definitely going to regret that. Definitely going to regret that.
Got no choice. Did it this year. Got no choice. So yeah, for 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the afternoon, for 3 days in Barcelona and 3 days in Bahrain, we will be talking all things Formula 1 as well. The first test in Barcelona, as I said, don't know if F1 are covering it live yet. We haven't been told. But if they're not, from what is the rumour I've heard, they're only showing Bahrain. I'm trying to get over there so that I can be trackside for you and deliver some information and the commentary. It will be a joint effort, though, because I'll be over there trackside. Somebody will be in this control room here in the comms box, controlling the stream and everything and pressing all the buttons and getting everything sorted as Bottas goes top 124.025. And it will be done on a Discord call. Or a FaceTime call, something that people can just join and have a conversation with quite easily. I've already messaged a couple of people who have said, yep, absolutely, I'll be there for as long as you need me as well, so that's absolutely fantastic.
I'm more than happy to come on.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, you're one of them, because you said that yesterday. But yeah, as Lando Norris gone off a little bit down in turn 12, as yeah, I think Ed's coming on as well for some of the testings. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It's midweek though, so which is a bit of a problem. Hopefully, I get Synthel on as well. Who's just joined us in the chat here as well. Synthel, who's welcoming on for probably the last time this year. He'll be on a live stream. I know you watch all the coverage back later on, but Synthel going to be busy with watching Ziggo Sports and then doing his own TikTok and Instagram work. So is Red Bull doing long runs? Yeah, Verstappen's done 12 laps out there as well. Bottas has done 10, Perez 9, Hamilton 9. So both Mercedes and Red Bull are doing long runs, especially that of Red Bull, according to the driver tracker. It's very unusual to get that amount of runs done that quickly. What would have been a good idea, and maybe I'll do it in the future, is if we had a fourth screen, that was the YouTube chat. On here as well, so maybe I'll do that in future, so we don't have to keep switching between them. And it's one big thing from when we got commentators on. But yeah, let's hope it's going to be a lot more fun though, pre-season testing. I'll probably be ready for a nap after a long 6 weeks. I get off from not doing any commentary until we go to Diriyah for the Formula E race, the first one of the season next year in January. And it's going to be a lot more action. We've got a special preview show coming up as well for Formula E, as well as their season review in the 6 weeks. We've got MotoGP, season review, everything as well. And don't forget to join us for the Grand Prix review tomorrow. I do keep pushing this, but I know many people drift away after the race has ended, but do join us for the Grand Prix review, because we are going to go through the entire season and list our favourite drivers, our favourite teams, our favourite races that we've had as well. Driver of the year, also that team of the year, race of the year, moment of the year, all sorts of things as well. And we have a montage to close out with, which is all the champions that we've commentated on this year and their crowning moments across from Formula 1, MotoGP, Moto2, Moto3, everything as well. And it's going to be a lot of fun as well. No Formula 2 or Formula 3, though, because we don't currently commentate on that. But we're trying to see what we can do for next year in 2022, which is going to be bigger and better than ever, what we're going to do there. Not sure exactly if Formula 2 or Formula 3 is going to be live or not, but we'll see. It'll be like IndyCar was. Some's live, some is not, depending on when we've got the possibility.
Explosion.
Yeah, I try and avoid saying after Grosjean, actually, because I got in trouble when I said that. Hamilton is on a faster lap at the moment than Bottas. He's a 17.003 in that first sector, so he's looking to improve. We're nearly halfway through the final practice session of the year. Cross the line, Antonelli goes P5, 125.060. Hamilton fastest second sector as well as he comes to the braking zone for turn 9, 35.934. He's 6/10 faster than Bottas. Well, Hamilton's out there, I think, on a brand new set of soft tyres. I'm sure Josh can correct me on that because he's got the tyre data up. If it's an old run or a new run of softs he's got on. While he finds that, I'll go to the chat and say hello to Synthol again.
Is that Lewis Hamilton?
Yes.
That you want? Yep, he is on a soft 9 laps.
Oh, so this lap time is going to go fastest, and it has by 7/10 of a second. A 1:23.274. That has been done on a 9-lap-old soft tyre, as you say. That is unbelievable. He's 7/10 quicker than Bottas. Beat that, says Lewis Hamilton as well to the rest of the field.
They heard you. Sky Sports F1 heard you, because as soon as you asked, they put Hamilton's tyre compound and the tyre aids up on the screen.
I won't be surprised. Things like that have been happening all season as well. So, yeah, the fastest time we had was yesterday in practice 2, a 1:23.691. So that is the fastest time of the weekend then, just set by Lewis Hamilton, a 1:23.274. That's great. Back to the chat quick as well. So, as this will be probably the last time I'll talk to you live on stream this year, who do you think is going to get it, Lewis or Max? That's some Synthals on. That is a tricky question. I think the momentum is with Lewis, but I think Max Verstappen has been the fastest driver so far this year. And if it's a clean race, I think it's going to be too hard to tell. I said yesterday on the F1 Twitter Spaces as well that it's going to be whoever is ahead after the final pit stop will probably get the championship. Whether that's Max or Lewis, I'm not too sure. Momentum's definitely with Lewis, but Max has been so fast throughout the year. Either one of them could get it. I'm still sitting on the fence. I'm sorry, Synthol. Head says Lewis, heart says Max. That's pretty much where I'm at. Is the tyre wear worse with this new track modifications or not? The last sector has been opened up a lot to give the tyres a rest because the first half of the track is now so abrasive with the tyres. So yes, Sectors 1 and 2, very hard on the tyres. Sectors 3 gives them a chance to breathe a bit. So that's what Korean Challenge tried to do in redesigning this track. Mercedes seem to be struggling through the final sector, going on board. I saw both Lewis and Valtteri drifting through some of the corners. Yeah, they are. Look at what happened with Bottas yesterday, touching the wall at the side of FP number 2. Josh, are you still on the fence between Verstappen and Hamilton? Cynthia has asked.
Definitely.
It's too close to call. I think the best way to say it for me is head says Lewis, heart says Max. That's the safest way, I think, to find it out. Coming into this one, yeah, Megan Birch will be joining me in the comms box for qualifying. I think Ian Birch is joining us for Q3. Josh is with us all weekend now in the pit lane role as well. He'll be chipping up with information to get some down because, finally, after a long time trying to fix it, he can now just interrupt us whenever he likes. He can say, I've got info, and we'll throw down to him. Because there's a talkback system where in the pit lane, Josh can literally just say, I've got some info. And that's not heard to you, but it's heard to us in the box. And then we throw it to him.
I've got some info, Josh.
Yeah, it's basically like that. And then I go, oh, down to Josh in the pit lane. And then he tells us some info. And it works really well. And usually before that, he had to type it into the YouTube or send me a message. But now, and I have to switch the iPad around. But now you just say it.
Or with my cam on, I can, and I'm not on the live stream. I just went.
Yeah, just give us a wave, and that would work now. Raikkonen goes P6 on a 125.396 as well. So that's even better on the running orders. But what a lap time we've been seeing so far as Ocon and Raikkonen closing up with each other as well. But before backing out, Oscar Piastri has been officially crowned the Formula 2 champion. Look at
what's happening in turn 6? I can't turn the car. Then after very poor traction.
There's something else going on here, Gasly.
They were checking.
Just check off. Copy. What we do with the brakes compared to the other car.
We are checking here.
That's a new lead.
I was turn 9.
Turn 9 was good.
Hamilton getting out of the car.
Forward of the other car.
Copy. No, it's just understeer 6 and then oversteer 7.
So that's interesting then for Gasly reporting some oversteer and understeer at the same parts of the track. Verstappen coming in, Hamilton's in the pit lane as well. Let's go to the chat quick as well because we have got some info from Synthal saying as well, same for me, head says Lewis, heart says Max. Yeah, I think that's the safest way to go into this weekend because head says the momentum's with Lewis and he's on a roll. Heart says Max because I want to see a driver get their first World Championship. At the same time, I want to see Lewis get an 8th World Championship. I'm happy either way as to who's going to get the championship. Signal says, did you hear the new song from the Pit Stop Boys? I haven't yet, but I know you text saying that it was something with, what was it? Super Max is a champion or something or other. I hear Lewis Hamilton's coming out with a diss track, though, of Verstappen at some point over the winter with his rap connections in media as well. Do you remember when Hamilton actually did that? He did his first ever song appearance, and everyone was like, is that actually you, Lewis? And Lewis denied it, and then it came out, and then it was him, and he denied it for like 3 months. And it was one of the worst kept secrets we've ever seen in F1. Unbelievable. Chris Metland has said as well, while in the Red Bull garage, Verstappen is getting new rear wing.
That was a balance that time.
That's his Ocon.
Yeah, all okay. All okay.
Yeah, there it is, look.
Okay, that's good. So let's go for another cool. Another lap.
I picked up quite a lot of front end with without traffic into the double left.
So this is Chris Metland has tweeted saying as well, while in the Red Bull garage, Verstappen's getting a new rear wing. The team was working on the DRS actuator that has actually given it so many problems for a while before making the change. So a new rear wing for Max as well. And Lewis, as I think you said earlier, Josh, he's taken another gearbox another exhaust system this year. It's his 5th and avoids a penalty. That's on the exhaust side of situations, though.
I believe so. Alpine has tweeted, Oscar Piastri, 2019 Formula Renault Euro Cup champion, hashtag Alpine Academy driver,
I'm still
2020
struggling. 12 and 2 with the rear.
Gasly.
Pose the pit lane for Heverlet.
So that's Gasly. Back to you, Josh.
2020 Formula 3 champion, 2022 Alpine F1 team reserve driver, and the loading wheel, 2021 Formula 2 champion. History has been made by Oscar Piastri.
I find it awful that he's not in Formula 1 next year. That quite new show got
Yeah.
to see.
Definitely.
Oscar Piastri is a champion of the future, no doubt about it, in Formula 1. I mean, after this year, he's proved it, yeah. Quickly to the chat as well, because Dennis Racing 63 says, I would like to see Russell on points for the last time with Williams. So say all of us. I agree with that one as well. That would be brilliant. As look, Josh is giving a thumbs up. I would love to see George in the
12
points.
to 14 this lap.
Yeah, no, my best lap.
Oh.
Copy. And box, be confirmed. There's nobody pushing behind.
More swearing from Yuki Tsunoda there on the side as well. But yeah, I would love to see George Russell get some points on the board for this weekend. As I forgot to bring a drink into the box as well. Paying for that one now. It was such a rush to get everything on. Hamilton, Bottas, Perez, Verstappen, Gasly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As things currently stand. But look, the drivers that you can see on your timing tower across us are the only cars out on the circuit. That's Hamilton, Bottas, Alonso, Vettel, and Latifi. You can see them all on the driver tracker as well, just below myself here as well, and Josh as well. As yeah, this is very much like the Alex Jakes, Alex Brundle situation. The two Josh is commentating on the practice session as well. It gets quite confusing. Hamilton's on the radio there. Let's see.
Guidance of front tyres. Outlet pace-wise.
So this is Hamilton asking for
So at
guidance.
the moment, just recommending to push a little bit more in the early corners. Just keep the rest the same.
So that's Hamilton asking for guidance on the front tyres during the warm-up stage, exactly what he needs to do, what he can't do. Alonso's got P9, 125.539, so a big improvement there as we start. Out of the last corner, down towards turn number 1 as well. The flat-out per segment of the track coming up now through turns 2, 3, 4, and into the hairpin at 5 as well. It's absolutely fantastic. What's the time through the speed trap? The speed trap's on the entrance to the braking zone for turn 6, so Raikkonen's the fastest at the moment at 205 miles an hour, 331 kilometers. Oh, and Hamilton's backed out of the lap. So Hamilton has backed out of the lap. He's not happy with what happened there then at the exit of the hairpin of Verstappen. Just looking in the rear wing, thinking, I'm losing time in this session. He's done 13 laps, the same as Hamilton. But Red Bull know they need as much time out on the circuit this weekend if they're to have any shot of beating Hamilton for pole position later on today, which I think could be possible. I said as well that Max will get pole position, and the race is anybody's guess, because Max is going to go all out for pole. It will be that type of situation coming forward as well.
Yeah.
Just coming up then, as we've got... Oh, Latifi. Latifi just jumped to 7th as Sky take their last ad break of the year for practice session. Latifi's jumped to P7 with a 125.322. So, Nicholas Latifi improving.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, very loud and clear, even on that straight. Just talk on this straight as well, all the way to 12.
That was Vettel.
Sorry, I'll do the next one.
Yeah, didn't get that. Okay, and it's box, please, box.
Okay, copy. 13, 14.
Yeah, loud and clear, 30. But you can go one. Get into it.
Go one, copy. Hit in.
So there's an error. There is an error for the radio of Sebastian Vettel. It's not working at parts of the track, so they've got to repair that ASAP as we go into the remainder of this session. It's an exciting session, isn't it, now, closing up everyone's going to go who's going to get pole. Although it is a bit irrelevant because qualifying's in twilight and we're in broad daylight with track temperatures at 38 degrees.
Yeah, it's good that Vettel's team have found that issue now instead of
Turn
the
5 is really
qualifying
poor
or
today.
even the race.
Rear just keeps giving up at the worst point in the corner, right before power.
That was the TV. Back to you.
I was just saying that it will be. If it's good that Vettel's team and Vettel has found that issue now instead of the race, because if it was the race, it would have been really bad because contact is key with the team.
Yeah, if all else fails, the good old pit board might do something.
Yeah.
But the radio's been around since the 80s in Formula One now, so. There used to be inter-team, of course, radios in the 1970s. They were, and even in the 60s, late 60s, there was radios. But it wasn't until the 1980s that driver radios became a thing for inter-team communication as well. And then, of course, it was only McLaren who debuted that, actually. And then, of course, by the time the 90s came around, everybody had a team radio. Do you remember first time we actually heard a radio on a TV coverage? Ayrton Senna winning the Sao Paulo, well, the Brazilian Grand Prix at the time at Sao Paulo. And he screams down the radio of joy and delight. And then, of course, he couldn't get out of the car because the car had stuck in 5th gear for the entire race. And he damaged his shoulders so much. We still got on that podium and lifted up the Brazilian flag as well. And something that Lewis Hamilton did in the 2021 race as well. But I think the podium's a bit muted now in Sao Paulo because they've built over it. It's now literally just a little, like it's a balcony section as well. It doesn't really work. But the podium here, the podium in Saudi Arabia was cool, but let it down a little bit. But the podium they've got this weekend for Formula 1 in Abu Dhabi is fantastic. You will not believe how epic it looks.
Massive on this year. Versus what it used to be. A lot more than last one.
Okay, noted.
That's Mazepin.
Giovinazzi leaving the pits.
Can you check that the front wing and the front floor is doing what we are wanting it to do?
Yeah, we'll double check. Did you feel the difference in understeer mostly when you used front 4 or all round?
All round, but front 4 was worse than, a lot worse than it used to be.
Okay.
Lewis Hamilton going all 4 wheels off the exit of the track at turn 5 and aborts his lap. Lewis saying the rears are very hot there as well at the exit as Max Verstappen with the lockup of a Ferrari. And which one was that? Looking at the screens, I'm not too sure because Verstappen's now apparently back in the pit lane. So that's how quick our driver tracker moves. Trying to find out who that was who made that lockup.
Yeah, no problem.
I think it was Carlos Sainz. It was Carlos Sainz who made that lockup as well. Tsunoda surprising everybody again, going P3 on a 1:24.443. So Yuki Tsunoda goes up into 3rd place on the board. He's ahead of both the Red Bulls with Perez 5th and Verstappen P6. So that is once again changing over the times from what we're used to. Top 12 out on the circuit. Mazepin, the only one in the bottom half, out there as well. The rest of the pit lane, as you can see. If the drivers are greyed out on the timing screens, on the monitors you're watching, that means they are in the pit lane. If they are with white and the purple next to them, they're out on the track. And if they flash green, they've just set a personal best. And that's to Giovinazzi on a 1:25.048 as well. So brilliant times so far. 15 minutes to go of this 3rd practice session. If you live in the United Kingdom, a reminder that qualifying later on is going to be shown on Sky Showcase, which is available to free at no extra cost on your Virgin Media box and your Sky boxes as well. A reminder that the race tomorrow is being simulcast with the Sky F1 commentary on Channel 4. I know many people don't like the Sky F1 commentary and they come to us for the alternative, which means we will still be here commentating on the race tomorrow. So you can put us on in the background as well and listen to us call the last race of the year. Possibly going to be one of the greatest races of all time, the greatest title decider of all time, and certainly, whatever going to happen, history is going to be made tomorrow. There is no doubt about it. We're either going to have the first ever 8-time Formula 1 world champion or the first ever Dutch Formula 1 world champion.
It just does a turn in turn 6. It's unbelievable.
And that's Verstappen, who in turn 6 got blocked and had to back out of a lap. So do join us tomorrow for the decider in the desert. History will be made. And I can't wait. And I was literally making my more notes last night as well for the title decider parts of it as well that we use up in the box. And I was shaking as well. It's the 30th time in Formula 1's 71 years that the Drivers' Championship has been decided at the last race of the season. It's an extremely rare event, but we are so excited. It's the 4th time it's been decided at Yas Marina. The venue equals the Nürburgring as the circuit to have hosted the 5th most drivers' titles.
It just does a turn in turn 6. It's unbelievable.
That's Verstappen's lock-up then down to turn 6 as we saw. And should Hamilton and Verstappen leave Abu Dhabi level on points, it will be the first time the Drivers' Championship has been tied 2 consecutive races since the 1979 Spanish and Belgium Grand Prix. It will be the only the 3rd time this has occurred in F1 history. But somebody will be ahead though on countback. What do you notice, Josh?
Mazepin.
Oh, this is Mazepin on the back, and is that Hamilton again? So, yeah, slow down over those curves, Nikita, because they can break your back. That was Hamilton coming out of the pit lane then, getting out of the way, and Lewis was on a fast... Mazepin was on a fast lap, so that was nearly a coming together as well. As we've come through as well, but honestly, the title decider, first time since 1974, the title rivals are level on points in the final race of the year. First time the title will be decided at the last race since 2016, as well as the first time both titles will be decided at the last race of the year since 2008, when McLaren and Ferrari went up for it as well. Ferrari won the Constructors, but it was McLaren winning the drivers. It could be that situation tomorrow where Mercedes win the Constructors, but Red Bull win the drivers.
Okay, copy.
That was Hamilton saying tried to get out of the way there, but couldn't. It's the way this pit lane feeds out, sort of underneath. We haven't seen much of it actually yet, the underneath of the pit lane structure here in Abu Dhabi, the very unusual pit exit that when we all came up here in 2009, we all saw it was absolutely fantastic and a bit dangerous as well. We worry about a crash. We worry about having to stop the race because of it. And the problem is, if you do stop the race, where are you going to take them? Because the pit lane is where you put the cars now under a red flag. Hamilton's off track and continued down at turn 12 as well. It's a very exciting one so far as the racing continues. With 11 minutes to go of this practice session here as we go forward. There's more information coming up on my monitors now at the moment. With Max has set the personal best sector in the Sector 2 as well. So that's going to be something to watch for the remainder of this lap. But everybody's eyes at the moment is on that timing screen because Sonoda is looking good. Hamilton did set the fastest first sector, a 16.979 as you can see. He's purple as the fastest driver on the timing screens. Let's have a look at Verstappen then. Into the last corner, flat out to the line. Bad sector 1, personal best sector 2, fastest of all sector 3, 30.187. Verstappen goes second, 2/10 off the pace of Hamilton, a 1:23.488. That new rear wing then seeming to be the best option for Verstappen. 4-lap old soft tyres as well, locked up on it as well, so presumably he could go a little bit faster. Let's just see what Hamilton can do after he set such a mega lap time as well just before. Mazepin's gone off at turn 1 and has continued as well, so we'll have to take a look and see if that needs to be changed over throughout this one as well. As
I have a lot of traffic.
Yeah, I know, Yuki. Sainz aborted, Leclerc aborted.
That was Sonoda saying there's a lot of traffic. And I've got a feeling Lewis Hamilton might be having the same. Oh, Hamilton has locked up down at turn 12 and gone off the circuit as well. So that's passing the Mazepin again, actually. just locked up and headed straight on the exit there as well. So both the title rivals, Josh, having a bit more of an exciting run in this final couple of minutes of practice.
Indeed, they are, with Hamilton first with a 1 minute 23.274 and Verstappen in second with 1 minute 23.488. 0.214 gap, so a 2/10 gap.
So as Tsunoda's dropped down to P4 then at the moment. As I think we were just having something coming up on the monitor. I thought we were going to hear something then, and it didn't happen, which a bit disappointed about. I thought we were going to hear some team radio. But we see there's the Abu Dhabi flag flying over the side of the circuit. Track temperature now at 37 degrees. I find very impressive as well. Air temperature at 26. Norris now goes to P4 as well on a 1:24.106. So improvements going all the way around this circuit as well.
The exhaust system. The following driver will use a new exhaust system for the remainder of the event. Lewis Hamilton.
5th of the year. Thanks, Josh. So
That
that's
is from the FIA themselves. Another note from the FIA. In order to ensure that the cars are not driven unnecessarily slowly in laps during and after the end of qualifying or during reconnaissance laps when the pit exit is open for the race, drivers must stay below 1 minute 35 between the safety car lines shown on the pit lane map. So from pit lane safety car line 2, is that a team radio?
Yeah, it was a replay with radio for some reason. It just pinged up. Gone.
Okay. So safety car line 2 is at the pit exit, and safety car line 1 is at the pit entry.
So that's the part we've got to keep an eye on it. Perez is on a time. He is 6th overall, fastest sector 1 and sector 2 for his personal bests. He's done a 17.223 and a 36.339 in sector 2. What's he going to do in that last sector then as he approaches the line? Got a car on the inside, looks like one of his last Stroll. As Perez doesn't improve on position, but does improve on time. He does a 1:24.312. So time, not position. The key one there, with 7 minutes to go for the last practice session of the year. Lance Stroll goes to P10, 1:24 on the board as well.
Was a bit too much on the nose now?
Well, no, that was good. That was okay. I was thinking push yes a little bit, but
Understood.
Yep, I thought we were going to hear something else there, but it hasn't turned up. So, as they come through, Mercedes just ready to head out there once again to complete some final runs. Of course, no one got to do a practice start yesterday because Raikkonen put it in the wall and brought out the red flag. So, they have got a practice start to do.
That was a big one.
I'm surprised they've actually got it out without changing any gearbox parts as well.
Yeah.
But if that can happen in practice, it can happen in the race. It was a slow accident as well, so the race is going to be extremely interesting as to what's going to happen.
The rear of the car looked a bit like Schumacher's at the incident at Saudi.
Yeah, it didn't. The way it just sort of broke away at the back. So Schumacher didn't take a new gearbox, did he, for this one? He's kept the same one.
If you're still after some rotation, Max, it's display 11, position 6. Display 11, position 6.
So Verstappen wants more speed. They've told him how to do it, and he's 10th up.
Mick Schumacher did use a new gearbox. The above driver, Nikita Mazepin, Mick Schumacher and George Russell, Valtteri Bottas and Antonio Giovinazzi used a new gearbox for this event. Valtteri Bottas and Antonio Giovinazzi used their previous gearbox for 6 consecutive events, so are good. And Mazepin, Schumacher and Russell did not finish the last race in Jeddah and are good.
Fab. So that is the new. So they have taken a gearbox. Okay, brilliant. And that's a whole list of moments. Verstappen gets a big kick of oversteer as he went round the outside of Alonso down at turn 9. He's backed out of his lap. Verstappen's having zero look out there, getting a lap time in as well. Every single time he tries, something happens as well. Alonso is one of his biggest supporters out there, saying he'll have the title this year, and he's blocking him. It was personal best sectors 1 and 2 for Verstappen before that that little contact between each other. Hamilton setting fastest lap time is on the radio.
other tyre. I got a flat spot on this one. I thought you knew. I don't think I can drive by this tyre.
You can hear the vibrations massively.
His hands actually vibrating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you can see the as Kroon said, the hands are vibrating. You can hear it in his voice as well. He sounds like a Dalek. They've got to be careful on this situation. Now they've got to bring him in and not damage the suspension, because we know how bad a vibration can be on the front of that car. Remember Silverstone last year, 3 wheels on the wagon at the end after the tyre let go. Max has decided to box, so this is why. Look, he tries to go around the outside of Fernando Alonso, misses the braking opportunity, turns in too late, and the car just oversteers out of him because it's awash with different aero packages, and it just caught him out too much. That's going to be interesting to watch the race.
Going back to the other tyre. I got a flat spot on this one. I thought you knew. I don't think I can drive by this tyre.
Yeah, that's Hamilton's radio again, just playing now over the PLC. Yeah, you kind of think, can you, from Lewis Hamilton. Raikkonen's on an out lap, same as Stroll and Gasly and Latifi. So they're the cars now heading back out there on the circuit. Vettel's back out onto the track as well. He's on a lap time now. She just come up to the first sector time, as you can see on the driver tracker just below. So that's improving. Hamilton, Russell, Perez there too, circulating. It's been an interesting session, this one. They're all now going to get ready, fuel up, and go out with probably a minute to go so they can do a practice start. But you've got to cross the line, remember, to start a lap time to do your practice starts. So they've got to get out there in the pit lane quite quickly.
The FIA have made a change to the track. Don't get too excited, it's not a big change.
4 minutes until the end of the session.
That's right, can I say we've got to get back out on track, and they've done so now. So that's another message. Go on.
Yeah, it's not a big change to the track, but the FIA has said the white line immediately prior to the pit entry has been shortened.
Oh, okay. That's interesting then. I wonder why they felt they need to do that now when they haven't done it for the past 13 years. We'll take a look at that one then and see what that gambit is. I'll have to find out if that's made in Michael Mazzi's notes anywhere, because I've got the track limits, which they're very much integral. That's the white line this weekend is the track limit wherever you are, but they've highlighted turns 9, 7, 15, 16, and as well as key points on the map as well.
Yeah, that white line immediately prior to the pit entry has been shortened, came out in
Avoid
events notes
oversleeping the
version
fronts,
3.
turn 6 and 7, and no LICO.
Yeah, I've got a version 2 up here in the box. So that's the change. Perez goes to P4. Perez goes 4th. 1:24.047. So Perez improving up there as well, which is nice to see. I'm going to quickly make the pre-show for the qualifying hour, and then I'll go and have some lunch and watch a TV programme, and then I'll head back down to the box and get myself psyched up to do another one. It's a 2-hour gap between the practice sessions as well, so it doesn't take that long to edit everything, get it together. But it's going to be a lot of fun, this one. Do join us. The final of the Commentator Challenge is here today as well. Megan's on 11, I'm on 10. Will it go to a tiebreaker? You'll have to join us to find out. We filmed it yesterday after free practice 2. And it was very interesting as well. We did a test. We did a couple of test laps as well, actually.
So we'll have a practice pit stop, and then it'll be a shallow clutch for the launch.
That's Hamilton then. So yeah, we did a test laps, and me and Megan were just racing around, just getting familiar with the layout, and we ended up side by side at the last corner. And as soon as we did that, we both said to each other, "That's how we want Max and Lewis to be." It was quite fun. But yeah, the race is coming up. It is coming up in the first half of the qualifying show, so you won't have long to wait. As this is Gasly, and I think we're going to have some radio, as there's some confusion on tyres. It wasn't done, was it? No, it wasn't done. What's happened?
What the was that?
Right.
Yeah, I was watching that on the on board. Yeah, that was a weird one.
Is the wheel not on? I didn't see them put it on. What's happened? So he's slowing down. Oh, Ria's going. I don't think the nut's on properly with that. And look like he's crabbing now as well. Is he still on the circuit? Where is he? Gasly, I think he's back in the pit lane now, isn't he? No, he's still out there. Where is he?
Gasly is going up through turn 6, I believe. No, turn 2 and 3.
Oh, so he's already done it. Checker flag's out though, session's over, so whatever's wrong with Gasly seems to have been fixed. Bottas, Perez, Gasly, Sainz and Alonso have all taken the checker flag. Hamilton takes another battle blood in the championship battle between him and Verstappen. They have been inseparable so far this weekend. Verstappen fastest free practice 1 with Hamilton 3rd. Practice 2 saw Hamilton 1st with Verstappen 4th. And now it's Hamilton Verstappen 1-2 with a 2/10 advantage swinging the way of Lewis Hamilton at the end of this 3rd and final practice session for 2021. It's been a fun year. Thanks everyone for joining us across all of the free practice sessions in 2021 as well. Joining us live. It's been a lot of fun. And let's think about it. 3 times 21 hours. So 3 hours
the
times
time
21.
to gain is on entry of turn 12.
63. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, thanks for joining us for 63 hours of practice this year and for 21 hours of qualifying and must be over 100 nearly hours of race day coverage. It's been absolutely fantastic. So that's it. Practice done over 63 hours. Probably if you add in the fact that we're 10 minutes either side, it's probably more like it's been around about 70 hours of practice coverage this year. You really are die-hard fans to watch this channel. So thanks for that, watching the practice sessions this year. We're into our last qualifying later on in the final race of the year. It's got the beginning feeling now that Christmas is just around the corner. And it's the last day of term as well coming up. It's getting very, very exciting. We've got the best Christmas present of all in the fact that the championship has gone down to the last race, the level on points, anything can happen. Science Radio.
Got only Hamilton soft 28.1. I believe high fuel. Only one time lap he did on soft.
It's only one time lap to do that on the soft tyres as well as he comes through. Max Verstappen just doing a practice start. Should we take a listen? I do want to listen actually as he revs up. There we go.
Yesterday.
Revs
I
up.
would say that Max.
Oh, he dropped it and he anti-stalled it.
Starting on the soft tyre in the race.
You reckon?
I reckon he...
That was a bad start there for Max. He blipped the throttle and anti-stalled on him. So that might cause a problem. That's not going to give him confidence, though. He will do practice starts tomorrow at the exit of the pit lane as well. Just before going in, of course, they've got a situation where they can do practice starts before going out the pit lane. But you're not allowed to do it during the session as well. As they come through, let's hear from Lewis Hamilton then on his practice starts. Got cars in front of there, one of the Haas. I wish Crofty would be quiet for a second.
2 burnouts. Left-hand side.
Right, let's listen to listen to Lewis's. Come on, Crofty, be quiet. Let's listen.
I think that Bottas and Perez might be on a contrary strategy to...
Much smoother start from Hamilton. Much smoother start from Hamilton there as well. Apologies that Crofty didn't shut up about that one as well, so we could hear the practice starts. But yeah, that's what happened there. So it was a blip start for Verstappen, a cleaner start for Hamilton. That's very interesting going into the last qualifying, the last race of the year. Gasly is coming to the pit lane now. He's done his practice start. Everybody else now just going to circulate back to the pit lane. Okay then, Josh, what's been your moment of this session then in free practice 3? It's been another quiet one, but been ebbing and flowing a bit, and it's been a good one to end on for practice.
Might be good idea if I put my mic down.
I thought you weren't talking for a bit. 2 seconds of TV.
Go cool preferred, please. Recover the brakes.
What's the difference between go in and go cool? The same bias, no?
Interesting there on that situation. Okay then, Josh, what was your moment of the session then?
Moment of the session for the drama award goes to the Hamilton and Mazepin near collision. That was a bit dodgy.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, that was a bit of a one. Hamilton came out of the pit lane as well with it all. Hamilton now is right behind one of the Haas cars on the circuit, and it is Nikita Mazepin as well. So they're still together with Leclerc coming through as well as they all come back into the pit lane. As you can see, Russell, Ocon, Ricciardo, Norris and Vettel will be the last driver to come back into the pit lane before we go into our rest period before qualifying starts. 12:40. We are on air for qualifying. It says 12:30, but for some reason we can't change it.
Yeah, that's right. Don't worry, it will come back. just based on temperature, unfortunately.
Gasly
Go on.
did
Yeah,
a
it's okay, it's easy
clean
to go.
pit lane
Yeah, we saw. It's all right.
pit stop that time around.
So that's it. Explains that definition there then as Vettel comes into the pit lane now. That new entry, as Josh talked about earlier on. And Vettel pits. Right, let's take a look at the classifications then for free practice number 3, the last session of the year. Practice is done, the talking can stop, the action can begin for qualifying in the race. It's Hamilton the fastest on a 1:23.274. Max Verstappen second, 2/10 off the pace. Valtteri Bottas goes third. Sergio Perez fourth. Lando Norris fifth. Yuki Tsunoda is sixth. Pierre Gasly 7th, Carlos Sainz 8th, Daniel Ricciardo 9th, and Charles Leclerc rounds out the top 10. Last 3 of those with Sainz, Ricciardo and Leclerc running on the medium compound tyre. The top 7 setting their times on the softs. Further down, softs for Stroll, he's in P11. Then Esteban Ocon did his time on the mediums. Kimi Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi on the softs. Fernando Alonso, the last driver to set his time on the mediums. The rest are on softs. That's Sebastian Vettel 16th, George Russell 17th, Nicholas Latifi 18th, Mick Schumacher 19th, and Nikita Mazepin is 20th, 3 seconds off the pace of Hamilton. 2/10 separate them then at the top. It's going to be a very interesting qualifying later on today. So then, Josh, have you got a pick for pole position for me then?
My pick for pole position is
It's a tricky. Go on.
Hamilton.
Oh, I'm going Verstappen. Okay, that's a decisive one. Verstappen for pole. For me, Josh says Hamilton for pole. Thanks for your company, Josh, in the comments box for this third practice. I'll see you in qualifying as well. And from us all here, thanks very much for joining us across over 70 hours of practice this year. Do join us at 12:40 UK time for all of the action for qualifying. Thanks for your company. We'll see you later. Bye for now.